I have a little turning thing here. I guess we'll just go like this. Okay, whatever, you know, I can adjust. I saw this. Well, actually, I first heard it when I was listening to Anthony Cumia from a couple days ago, and this story here. The guy had his house, one of those smart houses, and he was out of town. He had a delivery person dropping off a package for him, and the guy that dropped it off, when he heard the message, the guy that left the message with instructions, I guess it was an audio message, when he heard it, he thought he heard a racist slur, so he called Amazon and let them know. They fucking shut his house down for 2 days while they did an investigation into if the guy did see a racist slur in his recording. And recently I've been talking about how they don't want you to have any refuge to think your own thoughts, or to not in your home, or even eventually in your mind, right? So what this is really is it's setting a precedent. And the scariest thing is, I knew there were arrests for thought crimes in China, but you know, that's how it is over there. That's just the way they're full 1984 over there, and the U.S. government loves what they're doing. It wants to model their situation after China's. That's pretty, you know, that's evident, I think, by this point. But it was shocking to find out they've had 10,000 of these arrests in the UK. Like people saying bad words, or they were alleged to have said bad words. Here's the thing, they can't just come out and say, you can't talk about the government or we're going to come after you. So they have to couch it in this bullshit. Like, with the pose that they're trying to protect minority or you know, special groups. Like, we can't have people making fun of these people, or black people, or LGBT people. They don't give a shit about those people. The farmers don't care about them at all. They're just using them as like a Trojan horse, where if they're called on it, you know, they can say, oh, well, we were just trying to stand up for people's rights, and, you know, we're trying to get rid of racism and all this kind of stuff in our country, and, you know, that's good, isn't it? And that's how they always start, with something that sounds good, that would be very hard to argue with. Like, yeah, it would be nice to get rid of racism and all that stuff. Yeah, sure, okay, but that's not what you want to do. You want to do something else. You just need us to agree to this one first, because after we agree to this one, then the precedent has been set. And it's like, what this is, it's like crossing the Rubicon, then coming back over, right, and then crossing it again. And then maybe like walking around the shore of the Rubicon, like the outside of it, you know, just on the shoreline, and then crossing it again. It's done. It's done. Because what this establishes, there are certain words you can say that they can punish you for. And that's all the context you need there. You know? Sure, it starts with what would be well-intentioned for the people who can't see where something like this could obviously lead. I mean, it's not obvious, it's somewhat, obviously. It's a lot of fucking obvious in there. But yeah, this is the beginning of a bad thing. Because soon it'll be like, well, you can't talk about political figures because that's a danger, or that's somehow could put someone's job or life in jeopardy. And then they're just going to keep adding to that list. And then, yeah, it's done. It's fucking done. They're already listening to you anyway, all the time. A lot of people have been talking about that green light on the phones now, the one that blinks. But what that means is data is being transmitted via recording. They're either listening in, and you agree to this when you sign these EULAs for these apps. Unfortunately, they all have them. So if you want to use anything on your phone, you just got to go to that big list and go, yep. It gives them the right to turn these mics on. And if you look at the EULAs of any of these things you agree to, they all ask for mic control, video control. They ask for access to your contacts. And a lot of times, and I even do this myself, I just blow through it. So yeah, fuck it, who cares? Because I've already thought about this shit a long time ago. So there's, I'm fine, you know. But, yeah, this is what they, this is how this, well, I was going to say this is how this starts, but they already started this a long time ago. Yeah, they're fucking playing volleyball, water polo in the Rubicon. That's what they're doing with this. They want inside your head. That's what they want. Honestly, I mean, you know, in my opinion, they're already inside your head. They're already inside your head. They got all this shit mapped out. Their move is just to make it known. You know, to make it known. And then they can hold you accountable for things once they make this known. And they're not going to make it known, like come out and just make it, hey everybody, we're all up in your shit. No. It's true, but it's not going to be revealed that way. Well, like I was saying earlier, they can't just come out and say, you can't talk about the government anymore, because then, you know, they're going to have problems. They don't want those problems. So they're just easing into this. And eventually, you won't be able to talk about the government anymore. And the funny thing is, most people aren't. Like, who the fuck cares? I don't fucking care about the government. What am I going to do? I have no control over them. I'm just trying to mitigate their effects, you know? I know what the fucking deal is. And, you know, you can't beat the beast, man. You can aggravate it, you know? A lot of us do that. But, there's nothing you can do about that. But there is a way out, you know? And it's not by fucking talking about the government and messing with the government or getting them to come to your house and ban you. What good is that? What good is that, you know? But, yeah, there'll be a time when you won't be able to talk about anything. You'll probably get a list of words. Acceptable words for this calendar year. It sounds silly in science fiction, but look at how far we've already come and look at what we've lived through already. That was a movie, what happened a couple years ago. We're not saying you have to take it, but I don't know, you can't work here if you don't. Your choice. We're not, no pressure. That's the evil has to get you to do it to yourself, as we talk about here all the time. But they don't have to necessarily use a certain method. They can be as shitty as they possibly can about it, because of course they're going to be. This is the enemy we're talking about here. And I don't mean the government is your enemy. I don't mean the beast is your enemy. He controls all these things. Fighting with these other things that he controls is a waste of time. He's the one you have to keep out a look for, you know? Alright, did I make it like, did that sound good enough so I'm not going to get on an extra list? Make it like a fucking baker's dozen of lists? Their kisses on my list. For the best things in life. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.